What I'm about to share with you today could possibly answer questions about things you're feeling and thinking that don't match this life, or certain traits or things that you can't explain, but you have a sort of this deep knowing that there's something else going on. I'm going to prove to you, this is absolutely science, that your past lives are a part of your DNA now, which affects everything here that's happening. They talk about karma. Well, you could call it karma, but there's no punishment to this. You're going to love this. This is just pure science. This may be fascinating for you and maybe not so mysterious anymore about those past lives or what happens to us when we leave our bodies. I'm going to answer all of those questions coming up. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. I hope that you'll subscribe and support positive channels like mine. You'll never hear anything come out of my mouth that tells you you don't have full control over your future, your current circumstances, and that you are an equal, powerful light being to everyone. Nobody drains your energy. They can't take it. Everything has to be interactive. We're going to talk about this today. Everything is interactive. All right, so again, I hope you'll subscribe and come on over. I just launched Digital Explorers, my planet-friendly online business training program. You're going to love it. You'll get a chance to sign up for all these things, free master classes and some cool stuff, because we're changing the planet. You ready for this? Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. There's no separation of energy. Energy just is one thing. Everything is one thing happening. Now, if you read my book, that was a download I got. Everything is one thing happening, not simultaneously. It's one thing happening. So if you do something here, these other probabilities are all affected, but it's not because it's a ripple effect. It's one thing changing. And every decision and every probability that's going on right now just continually changes the whole energy field. It just changes it. Everything accumulates and is contributing toward the one energy field, which is not just planet Earth. That's a matrix game within the arcade that has all the games. Earth is one of them. The arcade is the universe. The arcade is in a city, which is in a state, which is in a country, which is on a planet. It just keeps going and going and going. They're just compartmentalized, but not separate. Now here's the really cool part you're going to hear today that's going to make so much sense, and this is based on science. Of course we have other lives. We're just energy transforming into other things, and we have been 1,000,001 endless things we can't comprehend. We're just exploring everything. And we are just appearing to be a fractal of something big. It appears to be separate. It isn't. You are walking around with knowledge and information of everything. As individuals, as humans, we're experiencing not to know that. We're experiencing unconsciousness. So enjoy the ride, because once you go out of here, things are very clear to you. You'll know the, well, secrets to the universe on some level. The illusion continues over there too, because you're not a human or anything over there, because everything's one energy. It's not really individual. So even angels and all those other things that appear to be individuals are part of the pyramid. I know, this is mind-blowing. The pyramid illusions of the one exploring things outside of body. You know, etheric beings, angels, and it goes by frequency. This is why you want to get this frequency as high as possible and go away from, as far away from individualism, separation, and judgment as you can. That's a super low frequency. And if you go away from that, it's your choice. There's neither good nor bad. You can't make a mistake, but it will be a choice, and you'll experience the repercussions of those choices. Now, when you take a photon and you split it, and you shoot them 6 miles away from each other, whatever you do to this photon happens to this photon also. Now, it's not, and this is where scientists get weird, they still think as separate individual energy fields. They're starting to figure this out, that this isn't actually how it works. This communication happens faster than the speed of light, but that's actually not accurate at all, not even close. It's not separate. There's nothing to communicate. It is still one energy. So it's not traveling or sharing information. It is the information. So when this photon reacts exactly as this photon does, you can physically separate everything you want, and it's impossible to separate the energy field of which animates these material things, right? So we get to experience this separate, illusion that I'm here and you're there. But the truth is, even everything that you're doing and thinking is being communicated in and through everything. That's why you and I are so important to one another. We're starting to realize, this is the experience of being a human. We're realizing that we are all connected, and so we're appearing to be so separate and material. And it's really a big challenge to get past this illusion of being individuals with different agendas and ideas and right and wrong and judgment, and our group is better. And so when you realize you can't separate us no matter what you do, you can vote all you want this way or go off the grid or do any cray-cray stuff you want. You're not disconnecting yourself from anything. Your energy field's affecting the entire field, which is endless, by the way. So I'm going to share something with you that is proof that those past lives now are still a part of you. Everything you do, every decision you make, this is why it's so important, every decision you make now affects the pathway and the solutions, I should say the results of everything from this moment forward. It takes you in a different direction, a different pathway, and now that energy is there forever. That decision's there forever. Yes, you can make different decisions, you can change it. But if you do, let's say, a criminal act, that energy field is now created, it never goes away. So now it affects everything. I always say, if you're pooping in your nest, you can clean it out, but the poop was there. It's still a little stinky, and that's really what we're doing. Now, so there was a test, and by the way, I abhor this, but I'm going to share this information with you. Scientists would put a certain smell, let's say basil. I love basil. I just picked it up at the market. Smell of basil, and when the mice smelled the basil, they would, let's say, give them a little shock, all right? Not nice. We got to end up this kind of stuff, but this was a while back. So every time they would smell basil, they would react a certain way because they were expecting the shock. You know how this works. They stopped shocking them, but they would still react and run from the basil as if that they were going to be shocked. Now here is the critical piece. You're going to love this. Their babies who were never exposed to any of this, if basil was entered into the equation, would react as if they had been shocked. And this continued on in generations. How's that possible? Those actions are forever, and they are also a part of our DNA. So that energy field, DNA controls so much of what's going on here. Our brain doesn't. That's just a little mechanism. That's a radio station up there. But our DNA actually handles so much of who and what we are in our energy field, sort of the blueprint of what we brought in here. And all those decisions you've ever made in every possible transformation you've been in and through comes in to your field, is part of the field that appears to be individual, and is the imprint in the DNA. So you will have memories, fears, phobias, and that. It is physically in your DNA. That's real. And that's science. So let's take it a step further. That means that all these things that you've experienced, they're not just, little memory blocks. They are part of the expansive, massively intelligent field that you bring forward. You never lost connection to that. You've never lost connection to anything. There's no higher self you need to ask. There's no thing you need to pray to. You just have to know it is done, which the Bible says. In other words, you are that, so stop acting like you have to go to something else that's going to grant you something that you have the power to do yourself. All right? So just as easy to create a castle as a button. Why? Because look around. There's planets and solar systems, and hello. What's a castle? It's nothing. There's no more energy that goes into creating a castle than a button. So why would you ask for anything less for yourself? Now, if you go into a low frequency, everything's frequencies, right? So if you go to low frequency and you believe that castle's going to make you happy and you're in fear and you are unhappy, you're in a low frequency trying to manifest, and that doesn't work. Because you don't really think you have it anyways. And so this is what I teach people. Come on over, guys. I have a new class. It is Mindset Mastery. So what you want to do here is you want to be very aware of those feelings, those phobias, those memories. Now, I've shared with you things that I would never have shared a few years ago, that I have distinct memories of being on another planet. I'm pretty sure it's Mars. It was sort of confirmed if you watched that video through a scientist. I can describe the landscape, and I know why we were being attacked, and I know why it was extinct, and I know that people here are the DNA transfer from that experience here. And it may not be physical aliens that came over here that I'm talking about. It could be the transference of that energy field into human beings, all right? And maybe they physically came here. I don't know. I don't have any memory of that. I may have to dig into that one. But what I do believe is that they came and inhabited the earth, which is a very similar training ground to what was going on over there. Conflict. All right? So now we have an opportunity to raise our frequency above conflict and separation. And this is where you come in. So all those things you're feeling, and you're thinking, I don't know. It's just I feel like there's so much more, or memories, or things will trigger feelings, and that's all real. It's not, a dream is just a dream. Dreams can be actual memories, communications with the other side, and it can also be your own creative storytelling too. That energy field has everything in it, everything, okay? Is this cool or what? So all those things you brought with you, you can overcome because it's probably part of what you chose. And so you have gone through maybe certain struggles so that you could achieve your impossible dreams that aren't so impossible, and you realize you're the energy field that is really the orchestrator of all these things. We are the creators of this program. We weren't plopped into it. That's individual thinking like a human being. We are the energy field that is the program. We are the creators of the program and the players, okay? We're all of these things because there's no separation of all that stuff. So with each one of these choices and thoughts and beliefs and actions, we're changing the program. I changed the whole program, just me alone, as do you and you and you. So the accumulative choices within the matrix game determine the outcome. Yeah, our outcome, all of us. We get to experience the matrix as a collective. That's why no matter what you choose and no matter how amazing your life is, and you can create that, you'll still be experiencing the collective also, because everything's happening at one time. You don't get to isolate yourself from it. You chose to experience it. So you'll see the final outcome within your life, within your journey here. You'll get to see what happens there according to what all the other decisions were. So we need to get away from violence. If you see these protests going on there and the media is telling you that they're violent people doing stuff, don't believe all that stuff. Don't believe it. There are people speaking up, and they are not violent people, and they do want change, and they're saying it's not okay for us to kill anymore. Thou shalt not kill. Not, oh, in this situation or that situation or whatever. It's thou shalt not kill. And we have to live it. That means anything. That means not spraying stuff on your plants. Now you guys are going to see, I've got free stuff and links also to products that are going to pop up here in the video. I've got products that are non-toxic, no plastic. You can put them in your house, on your skin, everything. Doesn't kill anything, including you. Start to make these decisions. Every single little decision you make counts. My friend and I said, man, it's frustrating because sometimes it's not possible for us to do certain things that we have to do. You can say you don't have to do anything. I have to eat, whatever. But we get organic food. We bring it in our own bags. Every choice you make is going into the DNA imprint that is being passed along to everybody and everything and you. And so you carry that with you. So when you upgrade your frequency, your DNA upgrades, and so that goes to the next experience, whether it's, humanoid or Martian or a Venusian or whatever. I mean, there are other planets and galaxies and universes, And so it transfers into that. That energy is always with you. So it never goes away. So that accumulation has to be, if you desire to go into ascension, high frequency, and really see some big changes in your life, it has to be out of compassion, number one. That means I understand your pain and why you're striking out, and it's never about me. It's never about me. When people strike out, they're coming from their own pain and experiences and imprints. And it's the lower frequency, they're in individual separation, they're going to strike out because everybody's a problem. Don't let that be you, right? There's no reason to ever get angry. That's not even in my scope of feelings. What's to get angry about? When somebody acts goofy, you just go, wow, they're in pain. I don't wish that on them. You send compassion and light, and it affects them immediately, right? Not dot travel. They feel it. You send it, they feel it. Just like the photons. There's nothing to go to. We are it. You're ready to go into that space. It's pretty cool stuff, right? Your DNA is absolutely, contains everything. You're like, oh, it's this big. There's no such thing as size or space or time. There's nothing like that. It just exists beyond what we can imagine. So, every thought and action counts. I've got new courses. I've got specials going on. I've got free stuff for you. We're going into an amazing new year. 2024 has some big things coming for us that's very different than anything we've experienced. All right, so again, these are free videos. I'm going to start putting up my link to my new digitalexplorers.net platform. I'm very excited about that, and if you want to change the world and create an online business, not the 90% that don't succeed, but find out how to be the successful one, I will show you that formula. It's real simple, and it doesn't take a lot of effort. It just takes a decision, and we'll help you get there. I'm going to show you 101 ways to be that amazing new person who lives in a new earth, and you have to do it now. It's not coming. It's here right now. All right? You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.